Welcome to Espresso 2. This class is going to be great if you woke up and had a headache or got a middle of the day headache. We're going to be focusing on some alignment and also just stretches that make me feel really good if I have a headache, especially if it's based on tension and not because I'm dehydrated or something. So the first thing I want to convey is what is proper head alignment. So when you look at yourself from the side, you want to see that your ears are over your shoulders and that your shoulders aren't rounded. And so good practice throughout your day is to put your hand on top of your head and try to grow your head up into your hand to get length in your spine. And then to just slightly pull the ears back, not all the way so that you're developing this beautiful double chin, but just enough so that you feel you're pulling it back and you might feel your shoulders engage. So keeping that in mind throughout your day, but for this, we're going to get a little stretchy. So find a comfortable standing stance, PJs preferred, and take your right ear to your right shoulder. And then drop your chin to your chest, and then other ear to other shoulder. And just begin to go back and forth. Slow your breathing down. Don't try to force anything, and just notice if where you have your headache is connected to any of these muscles. While I've been doing this, I've had my neck adjust 2 times. Good, and now we'll get into some side stretching. So maybe you take a little bit wider of a stance. Reach one arm over your body. Come back up and then go to the other side. Keep your knees soft. Try not to let your ribs go forward, keeping them stacked over your pelvis as you go back and forth. And let your head follow the curve of your spine. Good, last one. Come back to center. Squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Pull them together on your back and let them melt down. So squeeze them up together and down. And do that a few times. This area is getting warm now. It feels nice. All right, last one up. Together and down. Make your way onto your back. Knees bent, feet flat. Find your sacrum. Feel the spine lengthen from top of head to tailbone. And you can put your hands on your low belly or the ground. And you're going to tuck your tailbone so that your hips lift. And you'll feel your weight shift towards your shoulders. And then try to reverse that. So go very slow as you place the spine down. And then pull it back up. So doing some spinal rolls. A lot of the tissues in our back attached to the top of our head. So we want to get these warmed up and moving as well. Good, last one. Pull your knees into your chest and try not to pull them too much, okay? So we don't want the low back lifting. Maybe you hold onto the backs of your thighs, whatever it is, and then take your knees to the left while you reach your right arm towards the right. And you can put a block underneath your bottom knee. And maybe turn your gaze towards your right hand. You could also turn it left and right, just to begin to massage the neck, the back of the head. Send breath through your rib cage. If this shoulder has a hard time coming down, please reach your right arm up overhead to loosen the tension. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Last one. Good. Come back to center. And go to the other side. You can kind of see what the block thing looks like on this side. I have a side that's tighter than the other. And so this side is relatively nice, but the other side's a little bit more difficult. You can move your head around. Let your shoulder relax away from your ear. And breathe. Last breath in. Good. Bring your knees back to center. You can rock left to right, front to back. Maybe roll onto one side so as to not jar your head. And come up to hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Cat-cowing now. So getting our extensor muscles online. Pull your chest forward. I'm only looking a little forward. I'm not cranking my head up. And exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, and looking between the thighs. And repeat. So for me, I notice when I round my back, that's where I feel a lot of the tension. So I'll spend a little bit more time in cat pose and maybe shake my head. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. One more. Good. Come back to the space between cat and cow. Bring your right hand behind your head. On your inhale, open your chest up towards the right as you pull your head back into your hand. And then exhale, reach your elbow down towards your hands without bending your left arm. Inhale, open up. Exhale, reach. Doing a few of these. Getting the rib cage moving. Good, last one. And we'll switch sides. So bring the right hand down. Left arm comes behind the head. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach the elbow down. Notice if this side is easier or harder. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. And reach it down. Bring your left hand down. Bring the top of your head to the floor. So you might have to shift back a little bit. And then use the mat to lightly massage the top and sides of your head. Only to what feels comfortable for you. Maybe it's even the forehead. Good. And then come back. Take your hands a little to the right. Step your left foot forward. Coming into this modified 90-90 lizard pose. And from this, you'll keep your right hand down and push into it to reach your left arm up. Let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder. So we're doing a little bit of lateral work. Strengthening the neck. And then do some look downs with the head in the middle. If these do not feel good, do not do them. Good. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder and tuck your left hand behind your back. Opening up this left side. Tuck your back toes, lift, pivot, and turn to the right side of your mat for wide-legged forward fold. My toes face forward, the knees are soft. You can bring your hands to blocks or a chair and just let your spine lengthen. Trying to breathe into the back ribs, your low back. the space in between your shoulders. And then turn to the right. Left knee lands. Left hand lands. Reach your right arm up. Begin doing your head tilts. Nice and slow, unless they do not feel good. Turn your gaze down. Turn your gaze up. This side is a little bit stickier for me. Good. And then turn your head back towards center. Bring your right hand behind your back and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Take a few breaths. Try to pull your ribs away from your right inner thigh. Last breath in. Tuck your back toes, lift, pivot, turn to the left for wide-legged forward fold again. Maybe you turn it into some side lunges where you shift your hips left and right. Good. And then turn towards the left, towards the front of your mat, doing some locust work. So sometimes the back of the head can get weak because it's just continuously stretching because we have a forward head. So bringing your arms to goalpost arms, I want them to assist you as needed. So they never have to lift off of the floor if you do not want them to. So on your inhale, lift your chest. Feel your low core trying to lift away from the floor as you try to lengthen the neck, imagining your hand is on the top of your head and then lowering down. We're going to do 4 more of these. Lifting, option to goalpost the arms with you and bring it down. Inhale, lift. And lower. 1, 2 more. Last one. And lower. Good. In your own way, come up to seated for our last little feel-good, yummy stretch. I like to sit on a block, but of course you can always be seated in a chair. And I want you to find your tall, long spine, especially through the head. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder without the chin dropping, because that makes it easier. So you're keeping your head in the same position, just taking ear to shoulder. You can reach the left arm down. You can bring the right hand as a weight on top of the head. Easy, gentle breaths here. These are also stretches you can do throughout your day, especially these last ones. And then your chin is going to turn down towards your collarbone, and your hand will move to the back of your head as you get into this muscle here known as your levator scapula. It attaches the top of your scapula to the base of your skull. Find your breath. Bring your hand under your chin and lightly lift your head up and towards center. Take your left ear to your left shoulder now. Bring your right arm down. Other hand can come on top of your head. Finding the space. This side is so much tighter. If you ever wake up with headaches, I would think about what kind of pillow or mattress you're sleeping on. They play a big part in head and neck alignment. Turn your chin down towards your collarbone. Hand can come behind the head. I don't like to do that on this side. Find your breath. A few more here. Last one. Bring your hand under your chin, bring your head to center. Turn left and right a few times, spending a moment. You can use your hand to help move the chin a little more. A lot of the times, if you ever get a crick in your neck, it's mostly in the rotation. You want to move gently through those. Bring your hands to heart center. I hope you feel a little better. Or just, maybe you didn't have a headache and maybe you just feel good. Have a lovely day.